Capricorn. Something is happening right now, and it has everything to do with you. But you may not see it yet. You may still be walking through your routine, still showing up, still doing the work, still wondering if anyone sees the weight you've been carrying in silence. But behind closed doors, in rooms you've never entered, across tables you've never sat at, your name is being spoken. Not in complaint, not in gossip, but in respect. You didn't ask for it. You didn't chase it. And yet, your reputation is rising like the sun, slow, steady, undeniable. Not because you shouted, but because your life has spoken louder than words ever could. You've been the quiet force, the one who keeps their promises even when no one is watching, the one who moves through hardship with dignity, the one who chooses consistency over applause. And now the energy is shifting. People are beginning to realize something about you that they never said out loud. That you are a foundation, a standard, a name that doesn't fade. There are conversations unfolding that you will only hear about months from now. People mentioning you by name in admiration. People feeling safer just knowing you're part of something. It's happening because you've earned it. Not with charm, not with noise, but with truth, with action, with time. And the most important part, this moment, right here, this recognition you're starting to feel, is not the finish line. It's the beginning. Because your name isn't just rising to be heard. It's rising to open doors, to change rooms, to shift atmospheres. So don't scroll, don't doubt. Stay with me, because by the end of this message, you'll understand exactly why your name is rising and why the world has only seen the first chapter of who you are becoming. Part 1. The reputation you didn't build but earned. Capricorn, some reputations are carefully crafted through marketing and showmanship. Yours wasn't. Yours was built quietly through habits, not headlines. You didn't intend to become the example. You simply made it a point to follow through, show up on time, stay honest, and get the job done right. While others were busy talking about what they could do, you were already 3 steps ahead doing it. Think back. How many times did you choose to go the extra mile even when nobody noticed? How many nights did you work in silence while others chased attention? That wasn't wasted. Because here's the truth. Someone saw. Someone always sees. And over time, those moments became your reputation. You didn't build it with a branding plan. You built it by being who you said you were every single day. There's a business owner who remembers your reliability. There's a friend who never forgot how you showed up when it mattered. There's a mentor who still tells others about the time you delivered without asking for praise. You didn't promote yourself. Your actions did the talking. And now, your name carries weight in rooms you haven't even entered yet. People trust you not because you asked them to, but because you earned it in a world where trust is rare. Capricorn, your life is already a resume. You've been collecting respect the way others collect followers. And here's the beauty of that. No one can take it from you. Because you didn't buy it, borrow it, or fake it. You earned it one quiet choice at a time. Life lesson. In a world where everyone is trying to be seen, the real power is in being remembered. Loud fades. Flash burns out. But integrity, that lasts. What you do when no one is watching. That's what people remember when it matters most. So if you're wondering whether staying true to yourself is worth it, Capricorn, it always is. Part 2. Why your name is in rooms you've never walked into. Capricorn, let me tell you something powerful. Right now, this very moment, your name is being spoken in a room you've never been in. You don't know the people. You weren't invited. But your name showed up anyway. Maybe it was a hiring meeting. Maybe it was 2 colleagues sharing coffee. Maybe it was a phone call between 2 decision makers in a city you've never visited. But one thing is certain. Someone remembered you. They remembered the way you carried yourself. They remembered how you handled pressure with grace. They remembered the time you stayed calm when others panicked. The way you didn't cut corners when no one was watching. The way you didn't need a spotlight to lead. It was a small thing at the time, maybe even forgettable to you. But not to them. To them, That moment defined you. And now, without your knowledge, your name is being offered as a solution, as a reference, as an answer to someone else's question. Who can we trust? Who's solid? Who actually shows up? The answer, Capricorn, is you. Not because you chased opportunity, not because you networked your way into the room, but because you left a mark and that mark traveled. That's the magic of character. It moves in silence. It arrives before you do. It opens doors you didn't even know existed. Somewhere out there, someone is saying your name with a tone of certainty, with conviction, with respect. And the beautiful part? You're not even there to hear it. That's the power of reputation earned over time. Not the kind you post about, the kind you live out. Capricorn, you don't need to force your way into every opportunity. The right ones are already looking for you. Life lesson. People may forget what you said. They may forget what you did. But they never forget how you made them feel, especially when you did it with no agenda. In this life, we chase so many things: likes, clicks, attention. But the quiet impact you make on someone's trust, that's what they'll carry forward. And one day, that impact becomes the very reason your next door opens. So keep showing up with integrity, because your name is already walking into rooms your feet haven't reached yet. Part 3. Saturn's blessing when karma chooses to promote you. Capricorn, there's a reason why your progress feels slower than others. There's a reason why your path has been steep, your climb long, and your rewards delayed. It's not because you've done something wrong. It's because you were chosen for something greater. You are ruled by Saturn, the planet of time, karma, and discipline. And unlike the quick rewards others chase, Saturn doesn't hand out blessings like gifts at a party. It measures you. It tests you. It watches what you do when life feels unfair. It pays attention when you're unrecognized, underappreciated, and still doing your best anyway. And then, without warning, Saturn promotes you. But when it does, it's not just a little upgrade. It's a leap, a repositioning, a total elevation. Capricorn, that's what's happening right now. Your name isn't just rising socially or professionally, it's rising spiritually. Because you've aligned yourself with the laws that govern real success. Patience, consistency, truth, accountability. You didn't fake it to make it. You faced it to become it. And that's why karma is now shifting in your favor. Not in a flashy way, but in a way that cannot be reversed. Think of your life like a mountain trail. You've taken step after step, day after day, without knowing exactly when you'd reach the peak. Sometimes you walked alone. Sometimes you were overlooked. But you kept moving. And now, just as your legs begin to tire, you're realizing that you're above the tree line. You're at a vantage point few ever reach. This is Saturn's gift. Not just giving you a view, but making sure you earned the legs to stand there. Because once you're up here, no one can push you off. This promotion you're feeling, it's not luck. It's legacy. And the reason it took so long is because what's coming is meant to last. Life lesson. Quick success can impress people, but slow, earned success, that's what builds real trust and real freedom. When you partner with time instead of fighting it, you gain something no shortcut can offer: foundation. And Capricorn, your foundation has been tested, proven, and now it's being lifted. So if you're feeling things shift, if you're sensing doors beginning to open, don't doubt it. That's Saturn's hand. That's karma delivering on every quiet choice you made in truth. Part 4. Humble doesn't mean invisible. Capricorn, humility is your native language. While others raise their voices to be heard, you've mastered the strength of silence. You've never needed a spotlight to know your worth. You never needed applause to keep doing the right thing. But let's be honest. There have been times when it felt like being humble meant being overlooked. You've watched louder people get promoted faster. You've seen showmanship win out over substance. And in those moments, maybe you asked yourself, does anyone see what I'm doing? Let me answer that for you. Yes, they see it. And more importantly, they feel it. Because humility is not invisibility. It's not shrinking. It's not weakness. True humility is strength under control. It's standing tall without needing to tower over anyone. It's showing up with value and not needing to prove it. And Capricorn, that's what sets you apart. You walk into rooms and change the energy without saying a word. You make people feel safe, stable, anchored just by being who you are. You don't brag about your work. You let your results speak. And over time, that quiet presence becomes unforgettable. Humility is what made people trust you. And now, that trust is turning into influence. Because while the loudest voices often burn out fast, the quiet ones build legacies. You are that quiet one. And you're not invisible, you're undeniable. People are beginning to realize that the real power in the room was never the one talking the most. It was the one they could count on. The one they respected when the show was over. The one who didn't demand attention but deserved it anyway. Capricorn, you've never been invisible. You've just been underestimated. But now the world is catching up. Life lesson. You don't have to shout to be powerful. Real power is quiet. It's consistent. It's humble. And it always rises, just like you are right now. Being humble doesn't mean people will miss you. It means when they finally see you, they'll realize you were there all along, doing the work that mattered. And once they see that, they never forget it. Part 5. The shift from local to global. Capricorn, for most of your life, your name has lived in familiar spaces. Your neighborhood. Your workplace. Your circle of friends and family. People there know what you bring. They've seen your loyalty. They've trusted your judgment. They've depended on your consistency. But something's changing now. Something subtle, but undeniable. Your name, once spoken only in small rooms, is now being carried into larger ones. Not because you shouted. Not because you pushed. But because your impact can no longer be contained. Capricorn, your energy has outgrown your old circle. The way you work. The way you lead. The way you hold steady in a storm, it's needed on a bigger stage now. And the universe knows it. Maybe you've started getting invitations you never expected. Maybe your work is being noticed by people you've never met. Maybe someone reached out and said, "I've heard amazing things about you," and you had no idea who they were. That's not random. That's the shift. The shift from local relevance to global recognition. It's not about fame. It's not about being seen by millions. It's about your energy being positioned where it can do greater good. The mountain you've been climbing isn't just for you anymore. Now that you've built something solid, the world is asking for it. Capricorn, your story is being told in places you haven't even imagined yet. Your values, discipline, loyalty, integrity are traveling across borders. Across industries. Across generations. And here's what makes this shift so divine. It's not a marketing campaign. It's not a trend. It's your reputation, echoing through time and space because it's real. And what's real always spreads. Life lesson. You don't need to be everywhere to be remembered everywhere. When you live with integrity, your name travels further than your feet ever will. So don't be surprised when people from other cities, other countries, other walks of life begin to reach out. Don't shrink when your voice is needed in bigger conversations. This is not expansion by accident. It's promotion by purpose. The world is finally matching the size of your spirit. And Capricorn, it's about time. Part 6. The danger of recognition and how to handle it with grace. Capricorn, recognition is a gift. But like all powerful gifts, it comes with weight. When people start speaking your name in admiration, when doors open without you asking, when the world begins to see the value you've carried for so long in silence, it can feel strange. Because for years, you've been the one in the background. The worker. The builder. The stabilizer. And now, suddenly, people are watching. Not to doubt you, but to follow you. It feels good. It should. You've earned it. But Capricorn, this is the part where many fall. Because recognition, if you're not grounded, becomes a trap. It whispers things to your ego that your soul should never believe. Look how far you've come. You're the best. No one else could do what you do. And while some of those things may be true, it's the need to hear them that becomes dangerous. Because if you're not careful, you begin to rely on the applause. You start shaping your choices around how they'll be received, not around what's right. But that's not who you are. You didn't start this journey to be celebrated. You started because it was the right thing to do. And that, Capricorn, must never change. Let the recognition come. Let the compliments land. But don't let them define you. Your value didn't begin the moment people noticed. It began the moment you chose to live with discipline, even when no one cared. So hold the spotlight with humility. Use it, not to make yourself bigger, but to make truth louder. Because people aren't just watching you now. They're learning from you. And how you carry this season will either confirm their admiration or undo it. Life lesson. Recognition is not the reward. Character is. Let the compliments come, but don't become addicted to them. Let the platform grow, but stay rooted in your values. Let people honor you, but don't forget who you were when no one was watching. Capricorn, the same grace that built you in silence, is the grace that will protect you in the spotlight. So walk with dignity, rise with integrity, and remember, the higher you go, the more essential it is to stay grounded. Part 7. The living testimony of Capricorn. Capricorn, you may not realize this, but you've become something rare in this world. You've become proof. Proof that kindness isn't weakness, that discipline still matters, that you can stay true to your values and still rise. You didn't just survive the storms. You walked through them carrying others. You didn't just chase success. You built it, brick by brick, with tired hands and a quiet heart. And now, whether you meant to or not, you've become a living example. People may not say it out loud, but they look to you. They reference your choices in their own decisions. They whisper your name when someone needs someone steady. They remember how you responded under pressure. They remember how you kept showing up. You didn't just build a reputation. You built a path. And without even knowing it, you've been guiding others forward. Capricorn, this is more than admiration. This is legacy. You've become a standard in people's minds, a measure of how trust looks in action, of how maturity sounds in silence, of how leadership behaves when no one's watching. It's not because you tried to lead. It's because you lived with such authenticity, people couldn't help but follow. That's the quiet kind of influence that changes families, that reshapes workplaces, that echoes through generations. You didn't just make a name, you made an impression deep and lasting. And here's what matters most. You did it without needing to be the center. You did it while carrying pain no one knew about. You did it when quitting would have been easier. And now, your life is speaking louder than ever. Not through speeches, but through example. Life lesson. The loudest message you'll ever deliver is the one you live. People forget words. They remember how you live your truth. Capricorn, you are not just a person anymore. You are a testimony. You are proof that it's possible to rise with grace, to lead without ego, to succeed without losing your soul. And that is a legacy worth carrying. Conclusion. Your name is rising, but this is just the beginning. Capricorn, let's pause here. Not to end your story, but to acknowledge that you've only just begun. Everything you've been feeling lately, the unexpected praise, the subtle shifts, the sense that something larger is moving beneath the surface. It's not your imagination, it's confirmation. Confirmation that your name is not just being spoken, it's being carried. Carried by those you've helped, by those who admire you quietly, by the energy of every honest effort you made when no one was watching. The rooms you once dreamed of, they're preparing space for you now. The opportunities you thought you'd have to chase, they're heading in your direction, not because you demanded it, but because you became it. Capricorn, this is what real alignment looks like. When your soul, your work, your timing, and your truth meet in the same moment. That moment is now. But let me be clear. This recognition is not the finish line. It's the threshold. It's the door opening. It's the invitation being delivered. It's the call saying, "You're ready now. Let's go higher." Because everything before this, that was preparation. What comes next is expansion. Your name will continue to rise, not just because you deserve it, but because there are lives waiting for your leadership. There are hearts waiting for your integrity. There are futures waiting for the way only you can show up. This is what you were built for. Not fame, not noise, impact. So don't shrink now. Don't question your worth. Don't downplay your presence. You were made for this moment. And this moment is already reaching for you. Final life lesson. A name that rises on truth is a name that never falls. Let yours rise with humility. Let it open doors for others, not just yourself. Let it remind the world that greatness can still be quiet, loyal, and disciplined. Let your life speak, not just for success, but for what it means to live with meaning. Before you go, take a breath. And if this message met you at the right time, write these words in the comments. My name is rising. Not as a wish, but as a fact. As a prophecy you're finally ready to claim. And if you're ready to walk through this next chapter with grace, subscribe right now. Because we're not done rising. We're just getting started. And Capricorn, before you leave this moment behind, I want you to do two things. First, if you feel this message in your bones, if your spirit whispered yes while you listened, then write these words in the comments right now. My name is rising. Say it like a seed. Plant it in the energy of this moment. Let the universe hear your agreement. Second, if you're ready to walk through this next chapter with clarity, with power, and with purpose, subscribe now to Zodiac Secrets Revealed. Because this isn't just a one-time message. This is a journey. And on this channel, we don't just study the stars. We reveal the truths they've been waiting to tell you. So join us. Because what's rising in you deserves to be witnessed.